Hi, class. Hope everyone's doing well. Um, I miss you guys. I can't wait to see you guys in person, and hopefully that happens sooner than later. But I wanted to go over some of the stuff I've been assigning to you guys lately. We left in person talking about the beginnings of Thomas Jefferson, him being elected, and I wanted us to go over a few things in case you have any questions. So when Jefferson becomes elected, again, it's called a revolution. It's not called a rebellion. He changes the way, supposedly changes the way the government is going to be viewed. Um, when he's elected, it's a tie. Um, and we from your readings, you should have gathered that Hamilton is going to swing the vote, and Jefferson is going to become elected. So Hamilton is kind of like this unsung hero slash player behind it. And you guys that love Hamilton will love that. Eve. But that's only going to happen for a short time because then the 12th Amendment is going to change the way we vote for the president. They're going to have the president and the vice president on separate ballots, and so that's going to go away that tie. Um, so if you remember, we were talking about how Federalists and Anti-Federalists, Anti-Federalists supported um, small federal government, large state governments. They kind of wanted it to be more farmland, and they thought the government was too big. And we know that Federalists were the opposite, right? So we had Washington, so-called Federalist. We had Adams, who is a Federalist, and then you have Jefferson, who is this anti-Federalist. So his views are being a small government. But here we go. When he becomes president, there's an opportunity to buy this big piece of land. And in your readings and in the video, you should have saw that it's called the Louisiana Purchase. Now that spreads from basically Louisiana to the Pacific coast. And he has an opportunity to buy it from France, who's in need of money. Nowhere in the Constitution does it say that the president can do that. And if you're an anti-federalist, you have to strictly abide by the Constitution. That's what Jefferson is. But what he does, he goes against his own view, and this will be the second time he's going to. This is the first of two times that he's going to do that. He's going to purchase the Louisiana Territory for $15 million. Today, that's about 309 million, give or take. He's going to purchase it, and he says it's for the better of the government. He said it's going to be for the better of the United States. So he purchases it. Later on in your lesson, from the assignments I'm going to assign you is going to be about Lewis and Clark. There's going to be some interactive maps, a little bit of an interactive quiz, and in your reading from last class, you read about Lewis and Clark and you kind of saw the film. By the way, your assignment is due tomorrow. It needs to be two paragraphs. I've kind of put that in Managbeck as well, just to remind you. It needs to be the Google Docs. I haven't received too many, so hopefully you guys are just working on that. But let's get back. The Louisiana Purchase is going to take from 1804 to 1806. He's going to send Lewis and Clark, and they're going to crisscross across the country and come back, about 8,000 miles. It has a long effect, obviously. It's going to be future states, scientific discoveries, resources. So it does play out that it does better the United States. But again, it goes against what an anti-federalist believes. The second thing that happens during Jefferson's presidency that kind of, again, contradicts his views is going to be what occurs in Tripoli. That's in Africa. And we have these pirates that are raiding ships, and they're raiding ships. They're called the Barbary Pirates, and they're raiding these ships off the coast of Africa, American ships included. And Jefferson, trying to show that America is gaining its power, he is going to send very, very few ships that we have and blockade the pirates. It works. But here we go. Jefferson realizes that he, or the United States, is going to need a navy, a very strong navy, if they're going to become a superpower or a powerful country. And that means that the government is going to have to pay. Again, creating a larger government. So even though he has a set point of views, his actions and what's needed for the country are going to take him on a different course. And then Jefferson's presidency kind of ends after he does his first term. The second term, it's going to end in a little bit of kind of a disappointing fashion. Um, the impressment begins again, and we talked about impressment before. All before we went to these digital days, and Great Britain and France begin to impress the American ships, and as a result, Jefferson is going to shut down the country. He is going to stop trading with everybody, and it's going to be an economic problem with um, with the country, with farmers. It's basically going to mess up the economy. And even though he pulls that back, like an embargo and not trading with other countries, it's going to be too late. And so Jefferson's presidency is kind of viewed as kind of one of these up and down. He comes in very high and he comes out very low. And then the country is going to be faced with not only economic problems, but also military or violent conflicts with Great Britain and France. And we'll get to that in the next few classes. So, again, I just thought it'd be good to hear my wonderful voice. And I make sure I'll have some more corny jokes for the future. I know that you guys missed that. I just wanted to touch base with you guys. And if you have any questions, I'll be available at tutorial today. I'm going to open up a Zoom in case you have any questions or want to go over any missing assignments that some of you guys might have. All right, take care and be safe.